The old clock above the counter ticked its way into midnight, echoing across the near-empty diner like a heartbeat. The fluorescent lights flickered occasionally, casting a pale glow on the silver stools and red vinyl booths that had seen better decades. Snow whispered against the windows in soft, swirling waves, and the hum of the coffee machine was the only sound that kept the night from slipping into silence. It was just another lonely winter night at Gracie's diner, or so it seemed. Maya Keller wiped down the counter with a faded dishcloth, her tired hands moving on instinct. At 31, she looked younger than her grief. Her chestnut hair was always tied back in a messy braid, and her dark eyes, though kind, hid years of sadness. She rarely talked about it. People had stopped asking. The town of Ashwood, Maine, was small, and everyone knew. Her younger sister, Lila, had vanished 12 years ago without a trace. Gone on her way home from school. No note. No clue. Just, gone. Every December, right before Christmas, Maya worked the night shift alone. Something about the quiet helped her breathe. And every year, she left a plate of warm pancakes and a mug of hot cocoa near the window. Just in case. In case Lila ever found her way home. Most thought it was silly. Pitiful, even. But Maya didn't care. Tonight, she whispered the lullaby her mother used to sing to them both. It was a gentle melody about fireflies and moonlight and staying safe in dreams. Lila had adored it. Maya hummed softly while staring out at the snow-covered road beyond the fogged glass. That's when the bell above the door jingled. She blinked. A man walked in, tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a heavy flannel jacket and boots caked in snow. His face was mostly hidden beneath a wool cap and a scruffy beard, but his eyes were an odd, soft gray. Tired, too. He looked around, nodded at her, and slid into the last booth by the window. "Coffee?" she asked, grabbing a mug. He nodded again. "Please." "Black." She poured it, then walked over, setting the mug down gently. "Rough night," she said, trying to make conversation. He gave a small smile. "Long haul from Vermont. Roads are nasty. But I saw the lights. Thought I'd stop in." "Most people keep driving," she replied. He sipped the coffee. "Most people aren't looking for something." That struck her oddly. Before she could ask what he meant, the man did something that froze her in place. He leaned back, closed his eyes, and quietly, almost inaudibly, hummed a melody. Her mother's lullaby. Her heart stuttered. The plate in her hand nearly fell. "What did you just hum?" she asked, her voice trembling. He opened his eyes. "Sorry. That song. Where did you hear it?" He tilted his head. "I didn't mean to upset you. It's just something I heard once. A girl used to hum it when she was scared. In a place where kids shouldn't be scared." Maya's knees weakened. She gripped the edge of the counter. "Who?" she whispered. The man set down his cup. His expression softened. "I don't know her real name," he said. "She was maybe 7 or 8 when I met her. Fragile. Quiet. She'd cry at night. But that song, she'd sing it to herself to fall asleep." Maya couldn't breathe. Where was this? The man hesitated. "A truck stop. Outside Cleveland. A place that looked like a motel but wasn't." "Not really. I used to run errands for a guy who ran it. Didn't ask questions back then. Until I saw what was happening." Maya's hand flew to her mouth. Tears gathered in her eyes. "She had a tiny blue bracelet," he continued, "with the letter L on it. One night, she got sick. Fever. No one cared. I brought her cough drops and warm soup. She whispered that song to me as thanks." He paused. "Then she disappeared." Maya turned pale. Her sister had a blue bracelet. Lila had asthma, too. Her voice cracked. Do you know what happened to her? He looked away, pain in his eyes. I was too late. Next morning, the place was empty. Shut down overnight. No sign of her or the others. I looked. Asked around. No one said anything. That world, it eats people. She sank into the booth across from him, stunned. You're the first person I've met in 12 years who's mentioned that lullaby, she whispered. That girl was my sister. The man exhaled, long and slow. I figured as much when you froze. I've remembered her face for over a decade. Quiet girl. Brave in a way most grown men aren't. A tear slipped down Maya's cheek. Why did you never tell anyone? He looked ashamed. I tried. But no one cared. I was just a nobody. A runaway with a truck and a criminal record. They laughed me out of the precinct. She stared at him. And you kept looking. He nodded. Every route. Every state. Always watching. Always listening. Silence fell between them, heavy with grief and a strange new hope. Then the man pulled something from his coat. A small, tattered bracelet. Faded blue, with a cracked plastic charm shaped like an L. Maya's hands trembled as she reached for it. Tears blurred her vision. I've carried it ever since, he said. Felt like I owed her that. Suddenly, the diner felt warmer. The air didn't feel so hollow. For the first time in years, Maya didn't feel alone in her loss. She looked up. What's your name? Logan, he said quietly. Well, Logan, she said, taking a deep breath. Thank you. For not forgetting her. He looked down. I wish I could have done more. You just did, she whispered. The hours passed in soft conversation. Logan told her about other children he'd seen, how he'd walked away from that life and turned his rig into a shelter on wheels. A place for lost kids, runaways, those with no one. A mobile safe house with blankets, food, and connection to real help. I couldn't save your sister, he said. But I've saved others. Because of her. And just like that, Maya's pain became purpose. Within a week, she closed the diner for night shifts and began volunteering with shelters Logan recommended. She helped place flyers, translate whispers from frightened teens, and reconnect scattered families. In spring, Logan returned. This time, not as a stranger. He brought a girl. 14, bruised but safe. Maya hugged her like she was her own. Her name's Amber, Logan said softly. Found her at a truck plaza in Pennsylvania. She asked for pancakes. Maya smiled through her tears and began cooking. Word of the diner that helped the lost spread fast. Travelers left donations. Kids found safety. Logan kept driving, but always circled back. Then one summer evening, the bell above the door rang again. Maya looked up, and froze. A young woman stood there, about 20, with long dark hair and eyes just like hers. The woman's lips trembled. Is your name Maya Keller? Maya's knees gave out. She whispered, Lila. They ran to each other. The embrace was desperate, messy, healing. Lila wept into her sister's arms, whispering, I never forgot the song. Logan stood quietly outside, watching, a gentle smile on his face. The world hadn't broken after all. Not completely. Today, Gracie's Diner is more than a place to eat, it's a beacon. The chalkboard outside says, if you're lost, come in. You're already found. Maya and Lila run it together. Logan stops in often. Sometimes with another child. Sometimes just to breathe. Every table has a small sign, the smallest kindness can be the light someone waits for. And every night, Maya hums the lullaby. Just in case someone out there still needs to hear it.